Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of A Cup of Joe. As always, I'm your host, Joe. This morning, we have a brand new roast. It's actually espresso. I'm drinking an Americano this morning, homemade in my own kitchen. No big deal, just gonna showboat that a little bit. The espresso that I'm drinking is black and white espresso. It is fantastic. It actually has almost like a peanut butter and chocolate smell to it, which is really cool when you first pour it out of the bag. And it just has this very overwhelming chocolatey flavor to it. So let's give it a little sniff here. It's good. All right, time for a sip. It's delightful. Well, I would love to hear from you this morning on what maybe the highlight of your week is. You know, as things are slowly starting to open a little bit and we can kind of move around with some limitations. I'd love to know what is going on that is exciting for you this week. What's exciting for me this week is I have a hair appointment booked, which means that next time I'm on Cup of Joe, I won't be wearing my hat and my like super insanely long hair will be a lot shorter. I won't have the hair coming around my ears anymore. I don't know if that's too much information for some of you, but it's pretty much the highlight of my entire week. So next time for Cup of Joe, I will have a haircut and I will look like a put together human being, which I'm really looking forward to. This morning, I want to give you a little bit of encouragement about the Holy Spirit. This past Sunday was Pentecost Sunday, which, if you're not familiar, is the day that the church celebrates the beginning of the church. Really, is when God fulfilled his promise and he sent the Holy Spirit to empower the church for spirit-empowered living. And I want to read to you Jesus' words before that event happened, before Jesus was crucified, before he rose from the dead, before he ascended into heaven. Jesus had a conversation, a very close, intimate conversation with his closest followers. And this is what he said. It's in John chapter 14, starting in verse 15. He said, "If you love me, obey my commandments. And I will ask the Father who will give you another advocate." The other word there could be helper, comforter. It comes from the Greek word paraclete, the one who comes alongside. So I'll send you an advocate, the paraclete, who will never leave you. He is the Holy Spirit who leads into all truth. The world cannot receive him because it isn't looking for him and doesn't recognize him. But you know him because he lives with you now and later will be in you. No, I will not abandon you as orphans. I will come to you. See, Jesus was breaking the news to his disciples that, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to leave. I'm not going to be with you physically forever. It's time for me to go to heaven. And the disciples were probably confused and torn, and you know they'd lived with Jesus, they'd walked with Jesus, they ate with Jesus, and he said, "Okay, see you guys. I'm taking off." The amount of sorrow and confusion and hurt they must have been experiencing. But Jesus actually says it's even better for us if he goes. Because when he goes, he's going to send the Holy Spirit. He's going to send the paraclete, the helper, the one who comes alongside. And he said, and why it's better is that the Holy Spirit isn't just going to be with you like I'm with you. The Holy Spirit is actually going to move in. The Holy Spirit is going to be within you. And that is the incredible message of Pentecost. So I don't know how you're doing this morning. I don't know how you're feeling, how your day is going. But I want you to know, if you are a follower of Jesus, the moment that you made that decision, the Holy Spirit came and moved inside of you, moved in, set up residence, and you were never alone. And it's not just that you're not alone, but you're actually empowered to live in a way that is completely different. You're empowered to experience joy and love and peace in a way that you've never experienced before. You're empowered to be bold and to do things that you could never do before. And that is the incredible encouragement of living a spirit-empowered life. So I hope that finds you well. I hope that you're encouraged this morning. And even just in your own, if you want to take a couple minutes after this video just to pray and to ask God just to use you in a really incredible way, to encourage someone, to lift someone up, to make a difference in the world around you. So you're not alone. God is with you. We're with you, backing you up. Thanks so much for joining us for Cup of Joe. It is time for one final sip. This plant is getting in my way. That hits the spot. Well, friends, until next time, this has been A Cup of Joe. See you around.